Have you ever felt the weight of leadership pressing down on you? You're not alone. A shocking study found that nearly 60% of managers feel overwhelmed by their responsibilities. In fact, 1 in 4 leaders admit they struggle to make decisions when faced with uncertainty. These numbers reveal a hidden truth. Many leaders feel they must have all the answers, but the reality is very different. What if I told you that embracing the unknown could actually make you a better leader? Research shows that vulnerable leaders, those who admit they don't know everything, build stronger, more trusting teams. When leaders share their uncertainties, it creates a space for collaboration and innovation. The best part? Teams with open-minded leaders are 5 times more likely to take risks and share creative ideas. In this video, we'll explore how you can lead effectively without having all the answers. We'll dive into powerful strategies that include embracing vulnerability, fostering curiosity, and empowering your team. You'll discover how to navigate uncertainty, make confident decisions, and create a culture of continuous learning. Get ready to transform your approach to leadership. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to leading with confidence, even when the path ahead isn't clear. Chapter 1. The power of vulnerability. Embracing uncertainty. Leadership can feel like pressure, especially when you think you need to have all the answers. But here's the truth: you don't. In fact, showing vulnerability can actually increase your influence. A 2021 study from Harvard Business Review found that leaders who show vulnerability by admitting mistakes or asking for help are seen as more authentic and approachable. Think about this quote from Brené Brown, author of Dare to Lead. "Vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome." This is a reminder that embracing uncertainty doesn't make you weak, it makes you real. By admitting that you don't know everything, you open the door for collaboration. Your team feels more comfortable sharing ideas because they see you as a partner, not a boss who already has it all figured out. Vulnerability also builds trust. According to The Trust Edge by David Horshager, 88% of employees who trust their leaders are more engaged at work. So, how can you use this strategy? Start by being honest. If you don't know something, say it. Then, invite others to help you find the solution. It's not about having the answers, it's about creating an environment where everyone feels safe enough to contribute to finding them. Chapter 2. Curiosity over control. Asking the right questions. Leaders often feel the need to control every situation. But control can limit creativity. Instead, shift your focus from giving answers to asking questions. Research by Stanford University shows that leaders who ask more questions foster better collaboration and problem-solving within their teams. Consider this from Peter Drucker, the father of modern management. "My greatest strength as a consultant is to be ignorant and ask a few questions." This mindset is critical to leadership. It's not your job to have all the answers, but to guide your team toward them by asking the right questions. So, how can you apply this? When a problem arises, instead of offering immediate solutions, ask your team what they think. Questions like, "What haven't we considered yet?" or "What would success look like in this situation?" can open up new perspectives. According to a 2018 study by Harvard Business School, leaders who asked more open-ended questions saw a 10% increase in creative problem solving among their teams. Another benefit of leading with curiosity? It shows that you value your team's input, which boosts engagement. A Gallup poll found that employees who feel their opinions count are 4.6 times more likely to feel empowered to perform their best work. Chapter 3. Leading with empathy. Creating psychological safety. Empathy isn't just a nice-to-have quality in leadership. It's a necessity. According to a Catalyst report, leaders who show empathy are better at building inclusive, collaborative environments. In fact, employees with empathetic leaders are 86% more likely to feel engaged at work. The concept of psychological safety, popularized by Dr. Amy Edmondson in her book The Fearless Organization, is about creating an environment where people feel safe to express ideas, take risks, and make mistakes without fear of judgment. When your team feels psychologically safe, they're more willing to share insights and contribute solutions, even when things are uncertain. To create this environment, start by actively listening. Give people your full attention when they speak. Follow up on their ideas, even if they seem out of left field. Use empathetic phrases like, "I hear you," or, "That's an interesting point, let's explore it further." Small gestures like these can make a big difference in how safe someone feels to speak up. In fact, Google's Project Aristotle found that psychological safety was the most important factor in building effective teams. When people don't fear judgment, they're more likely to innovate and collaborate. As a leader, your job is to create that safety net, especially when you don't have all the answers. By leading with empathy, you allow your team to step up and fill in the gaps where you might not have the expertise. If you're finding this content helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights on effective leadership. Chapter 4. Decision-making in the dark. Navigating ambiguity. Making decisions when you don't have all the facts can feel uncomfortable. But guess what? It's part of being a leader. According to a report by McKinsey & Company, leaders who are decisive in uncertain times are more likely to achieve success. You don't have to wait for every detail to make a move. In fact, waiting too long can lead to missed opportunities. One helpful strategy is to focus on what's known as bounded rationality. This concept, introduced by Nobel Prize-winning economist Herbert Simon, encourages leaders to make the best possible decisions with the limited information they have. It's about using the facts available and trusting your instincts. To apply this in your leadership, start by breaking down complex decisions into smaller steps. What can you decide now based on what you know? What can be delayed until more information comes in? Psychology Today suggests that taking small, calculated risks in uncertain situations actually reduces stress and improves decision-making over time. Also, involve your team in the decision-making process. A 2019 Deloitte study found that 82% of employees feel more empowered and committed when leaders encourage them to participate in critical decisions. Even if you're not 100% sure about the direction, transparency about the process builds trust and helps the team feel more secure. Chapter 5. The Art of Delegation. Empowering expertise. A great leader knows that they don't need to be the smartest person in the room. In fact, your role is to bring out the expertise of your team. Delegating tasks to the right people is a critical leadership skill, especially when you don't have all the answers yourself. There's a famous quote from Steve Jobs that nails this concept. It doesn't make sense to hire smart people and then tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they can tell us what to do. This highlights the idea that as a leader, your job is to guide, not to micromanage. A Gallup report found that companies that promote leaders who know how to delegate effectively see a 33% higher revenue growth. This is because smart delegation allows teams to work faster and more efficiently, as tasks are given to those with the skills and knowledge to handle them best. To become a better delegator, start by understanding your team's strengths. Who's an expert in what? Then, give them the autonomy to tackle projects their way. Remember, delegating isn't just handing off tasks, it's about trusting your team to make decisions and grow in their roles. This not only frees up your time to focus on higher-level decisions but also boosts your team's confidence and skill set. Chapter 6. Adapting and Evolving. Continuous learning. As a leader in today's fast-paced world, staying stuck in your ways is a quick path to irrelevance. Continuous learning is crucial, especially when you don't have all the answers. As Bill Gates once said, we always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10. Don't let yourself be lulled into inaction. Leaders who prioritize learning and adaptability tend to inspire their teams to do the same. According to LinkedIn's Workplace Learning Report, 94% of employees say they would stay at a company longer if it invested in their learning and development. This shows how essential continuous learning is, not just for you, but for your entire organization. So, how do you stay adaptable? Start by making learning a habit. Whether it's reading, attending webinars, or engaging in mentorship, make time to sharpen your skills. A study by Harvard Business Review found that leaders who dedicate at least 5 hours a week to learning, what they call the 5-hour rule, are more successful and resilient. But it's not just about personal learning. Encourage your team to keep growing as well. Create a culture of curiosity where it's okay not to know everything. When mistakes happen, treat them as learning opportunities. A Stanford study on growth mindset shows that teams with a learning-focused leader are more innovative and willing to take risks because they feel supported. Lastly, don't be afraid to change course. The best leaders know when to pivot. Netflix, for example, started as a DVD rental company before shifting to streaming. Today, it's a global giant. This kind of adaptability comes from a willingness to learn, evolve, and embrace new opportunities as they come. If you found this video valuable, please subscribe to our channel for more insights and tips on effective leadership.